Friends, now one more concept, that is normality we have to discuss. First, in normality we have to discuss with the equivalent mass. Then after that we have to find out the definition of normality, and based on that we have to solve the problems. Here H2SO4 reacts with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium sulfate plus 2 water. Means we have to balance the equation here to 1. Means 1 mole of H2SO4, 2 moles of sodium hydroxide will react, will form sodium sulfate. This is in these two different if you want balance, then only it will know the how many moles of this will react. Similar like that, it will form the ammonia. You have to balance this equation. Here you take 3 times of hydrogen, then it will means 3 moles of hydrogen and 1 mole of nitrogen, then they will form the 2 moles of ammonia. But in case of equivalent concept, it will come because always 1 gram equivalent of H2SO4 will react with 1 gram equivalent of sodium hydroxide, they will form the sodium sulfate. Similarly, 1 gram equivalent of hydrogen, next 1 gram equivalent of nitrogen, they will form the ammonia. Here for this only came the equivalent concept. Before this, only after balancing the equation we know how many moles of hydrogen, how many moles of nitrogen will react. But after giving this gram equivalent, always 1 gram equivalent of hydrogen, 1 gram equivalent of nitrogen will form 2 moles of ammonia. Similar like that this one. For that only there came the equivalent concept. Equivalent mass is equal to molecular weight by X factor. X means N factor or valency factor. For this, for acids it is basicity, means number of H plus ions we lose in the solution or equation, that is called as a X factor. Equivalent weight of sodium sulfuric acid is equal to molecular weight 98 by X factor. X is 2. Here 2. Similarly, H3PO4. Here we put the 3 hydrogens. Then basicity is 3. Basicity is 3. That's why molecular weight by 3. That is called equivalent weight. Here we put the H3PO4, oxygen, here hydrogen. Why? Because here basicity is 2. Basicity is 2. Here phosphorus having only 5 valency. Next, it will not directly release the H plus ions because it is electronegativity of hydrogen is more. That's why it will lose the H minus ions, not H plus ions. That's why basicity is here 1. Here in this case basicity is 1. Based on the structure we can define the basicity of this phosphoric acids. Based on that only we can identify the which one is having how many basicity. In case of base, that is find out the acidity, means number of loose OH minus. In calcium hydroxide 2, that's why X factor is 2. In case of aluminum hydroxide is